Todd Young Online presents Young Tales. Tales for the young and the young at heart. Today's story from Bulfinch's mythology, The Legends of Charlemagne. In this episode, Rinaldo and Orlando and the Garden of Fortune. The road now divides, not by chance, but by the secret choices of the heart. For though Rinaldo and Orlando were bound by blood and valor, each would now be tested alone, in a world where strength was not enough and wisdom could be lost as easily as found. We left Rinaldo wandering on foot, fresh from the overthrow of a monster, when fate placed before him a lady in tears. She was, she was Flordelis, beloved of Florismart, whose lover lay captive along with Orlando and many others, ensnared by a vile enchantress. Rinaldo, though hardened by hate and disappointment, did not refuse the call. By craft or by strength, I will see this wrong undone, he said. Flordelis begged him to take her horse. He agreed, but only if she rode behind him, for he would not leave her unguarded. Deep in a vaulted cave stood a giant, club in hand, and chained beside him a griffin, both set to guard a horse unlike any other. This was Rabican, coal-black, star-browed, feeding not on grass or grain, but on the very air. Once he had borne Argalia, brother of Angelica, and now waited for a new master. The giant struck. Rinaldo struck back. Steel rang and the cavern shook. The griffin swooped and the battle turned terrible. But at last, feigning death, Rinaldo let the beast descend, then sheared away her wing and fought on in desperate fury until the creature fell lifeless at his feet. He mounted Rabican and rode forth reborn. News reached Rinaldo of a mighty champion fighting for Angelica. He guessed the truth, that Orlando was free. They rode towards Albraca, where chaos reigned. King Galafron, believing Rinaldo the slayer of his son Argalia, charged him in a rage. Steel flashed, and only the king's followers saved him from death. Thus Rinaldo found himself fighting against Angelica's cause and felt no sorrow, for hatred still ruled his heart. For days the struggle raged. Then Rinaldo met Orlando face to face. Words burned hotter than blades, and they fought. But fate intervened, for Orlando rode Bayard, and the loyal horse would not strike against his true master. When Astolfo fell, hard pressed nearby, Rinaldo broke off the fight to save him. Night fell, and a challenge was set for dawn. But Angelica, whose heart still yearned for Rinaldo, could not endure the thought of his death. So she turned to Orlando. "Do this one thing for me, and I will be thine." She bade him destroy the Garden of Falerina, where knights lay imprisoned by enchantment. Orlando swore the oath and departed at once. On his way, Orlando rescued a lady bound to a tree, only to be betrayed by her later. He learned of the garden, received a magic book, and discovered that the enchantress Falerina forged a sword meant to destroy him. At dawn, unarmed but unshaken, Orlando slew the dragon at the gate with a tree torn from the earth, and the garden closed behind him. While Orlando slept, the false woman fled, stealing Durindana and his horse, Brigliadora. Good Lord. Awaking, Orlando raged, but he did not turn aside. He armed himself with an elm branch and pressed onward. He met the siren, whose song drew beasts and birds to ruin. He stuffed his helm with flowers, heard nothing, and when she rose to claim him, he seized her by the hair and struck her down. He stained himself with her blood. Oh my goodness. He stained himself with her blood. It was a shield against enchantment. The garden vanished, and Falerina begged for mercy. She told him the captives lay not with her, but with Morgana, Lady of the Lake, a foe far more dreadful. Together they came to the bridge kept by Aridano, the uncourteous ward. Rinaldo's armor stood among the trophies. The churl grappled Orlando and plunged with him into the lake. Below lay a hidden meadow, sunlit through crystal. Here Orlando's magic prevailed. Aridano fell, the first ever to do so. Orlando passed a field of gems and did not stoop to gather them. He found Morgana asleep by a fountain, beautiful, dangerous, and fleeting. He failed to seize her forelock at first and was punished by repentance, who scourged him for ignoring prudence. At last he grasped fortune, and the storm ceased. Orlando turned the silver key and freed the captives. Among them were Rinaldo, Florismar, and many knights of France. They departed together. Rinaldo, tempted by treasure, seized a golden chain and was hurled back by invisible force until he cast it away. And at the bridge, the knights reclaimed their arms. A messenger came from Charlemagne, calling them home. Rinaldo turned west, but Orlando, still bound by love, returned toward Angelica. Thus the cousins parted again, drawn by different stars. And here ends the Garden of Fortune. Strength was tested, wisdom was learned. Some seized the moment, and others let it pass. And though many were freed, no heart was truly at peace. But here's where we end for today. Young Tales is produced and narrated by Todd Young from Todd Young Online. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe and join us next time for another story. Thank you for your support.